We back with another one, y'all. We back with another one. So this is a back day, but I'm starting out with calves. I'm trying to be more diligent about doing calves. I still tend to go into the gym and forget to do them. I try to do them first because I already know the deal. If I don't do them first, I'm not gonna do them. That's not because something I heard. That's because something I know because of me. If I got calves left, I'll leave. But I will say this: a lot of times, if I leave the gym, I will do calves at home because I can do calves at home. But y'all just don't get to see it if I do it at home. One thing I can say about calves though is even though I don't do them a ton, I don't lose much strength in them. Because the last time I did this, I had 35s on each side, but I'm putting a plate on each side, so that's 90 pounds. And I really probably could have went up from there, but with calves, I have to really do quite a bit of volume. Just doing a bunch of weight and low reps won't get it for calves. Not for me. My calves are about as stubborn as my shoulders are. Calves are also pretty boring to me as well. I've been trying to think of a way to make it kind of fun, but I haven't figured out anything yet. Alright, so I started out, I think everything I did in this back workout was machine oriented. I don't think I did any free weights. So I was going to start out with some rows. And for my back, I really have to... My back is a group of muscles that I really have to work on my muscle connection so that I make sure I'm really contracting my back and mentally connecting to my back. So you'll notice I'm really trying to keep strict form and contract back through my back and really stretch out, because you really want to lengthen your back muscles out and then contract them all the way back. You can use a short range of motion if you like, but for me, I just get really I get better quality work with a longer range of motion and really making sure I stretch out my back muscles. If I do a short range of motion, I pretty much could do that all day long and never really feel fatigued or anything like that. But when I do this and really make sure that I'm lengthening the muscles, letting them all the way out, and then squeeze all the way back, And when I'm at the end range of motion, I'm not relaxing my back per se. I still have it under tension. And it may look like my chest is coming off the pad, but it's not. Just the very top is coming off the pad. And the only reason the top comes off the pad is so I can make sure I can contract my back. Like I said, I'm fairly flexible. I know some people, when they contract their back all the way, like for instance, certain people, they really can't pull their shoulders back or roll their shoulders back when they contract their back. Just lack of mobility or whatever it is, stiffness. I don't know. But I can, so I have to get that full contraction. Also, on the last rep, I always try to make sure that I don't just drop the weight. What I want to try to do is make it look like I'm going to do another one. Like I'm going to do another rep and not just, drop the weight. So I want to be mindful through every set to get every bit that I can out of that set, including on the last eccentric. So the last eccentric, instead of just dropping the weight, I want to go down slowly so I can get that last little bit of hypertrophy in there. On these, I can tell I'm getting tired. If you notice, my elbows aren't coming back as far as they were. And it also looked like I was using just a touch of momentum, not a lot, but a little bit. I also like to do a little pause at the top so that I can, that helps me work on my mind-muscle connection to really feel those muscles contracting. And I hold for a couple of seconds. But here as well, make sure I'm really stretching, really reaching forward, and then contracting back. I don't love this machine. It could be better to me. I use it several different ways, but still, it's not the best. But, you do what you gotta do. As you can see, I added a plate to each side. I had 25s on there just warming up, and then I added a plate to it. But apparently, that was a bit too heavy. So I do have sense enough to know when to back it off. I'm not gonna do crappy reps just to have a lot of weight on there, because all I'm doing is cheating myself. Alright, so I backed it down to 45 now. I can't remember how many different movements I did this workout. Um, this machine is also okay. It's not the greatest, but it gets it done to a point. I kind of like using it unilaterally. I do use it with both arms at once, but I actually kind of prefer it unilaterally. There's also several ways you can use this one too. You can sit on the side and use it as well. That way is okay, but it's really just not the best machine, to be honest. But it does allow you to, get a nice stretch and really focus on your lats per se. So that first set was kind of a warm-up set. I think I ended up putting a plate on. Other way I wanted to mention, I always start with my weak side on these. So my right side is weaker than my left. So I always start with the right side. But honestly, when it comes to my back overall, my back is not as weak as it used to be. It was a very weak part of my body that I didn't work very much. So here you see me using both arms. And this is just kind of how I finish out. Do both together. And really try to focus on contracting the whole back. And using very, very minimal arms. So yeah, when it comes to the last exercise, sometimes I kind of go back and forth between unilaterally and doing both arms at the same time. Kind of depends on how it feels. I also make sure I keep my chest on the chest pad and don't rock back too much. See, pull downs must have been my last. Pull downs was probably my last movement. I'm really trying to get to a point where I can do pull-ups. At this moment, I cannot do pull-ups, not unassisted. And that's something that by the end of the year I want to be able to do. I know I said that last year, but I really didn't. I didn't work on it as much as I should have or could have. But this year I'm going to try my best to be able to do pull-ups unassisted. To be fair, I wish we had the pull-up machine, the assisted pull-up machine. If we had that at the gym, I probably could do pull-ups by now. Because I could see myself progressively working towards less and less assistance until I could do them. But this is the only machine that we have that comes close to approximating pull-ups. And it's okay, but it's not, it's not the best. It's okay. I mean, it's a good machine. It's okay, but if you're working towards pull-ups, it's hard for a machine to actually replicate that movement. Yeah, so this is pretty much the end of the video. So appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned, more coming.